There in this tutorial I'm going to show about virtual private network at Active Directory domain controller. So a domain network, we at last video saw the concept of active the virtual private network. Now this concept we will implement at Active Directory domain controller. The network we will take is domain network, and like the last video, we used our IP address to connect our a local our remote user with local computer. This time we are using a domain called techengineer.tv.com. Techengineertv.com, so it's having a domain and the client computer, which is in the network of Tech Engineer TV, and the client computer or the remote computer, a remote user wants to access a client computer. Remote user having IP address 192.168.1, and it wants to connect with the uh, client network. It wants to access the client network, the client computer. So client computer having IP address of 10.1, so it's a class A IP, then class C IP. So it's like remote user going to access its conventional client computer at the domain network, and domain network is 10 techengineertv.com. So we learned about the concept in the previous video, that VPN. Now we already we have installed network, the routing and remote access service, the NAP policy and access services, and the features we will install is routing and remote access. Now first we have to create a domain user, so it goes to Active Directory user's computer, the domain, the user, and at the users tab we're going to create a new user. So let's select let's name it as ADAS, and the logon name ADAS, and this is the logon name of previous 2000, and I have to give the name. So now password, confirm those password. uh, User cannot change password never expire, and the account is created. Now this is just a machine, this is connected with the domain, and it's the client of domain. So let's log off or switch user to change user. Let's control or del, and other user, and would give a logon name, a das, and the password. So we are logged with the Vista, and let's see whether we able to access Vista machine or not. We will access a Vista machine or a client from a 7 machine. This is where we just created. It doesn't matter whether that user have to access the Vista machine or not. Just for a practical basis. Now, routing and remote access, we are going to configure VPN custom configuration next. VPN access next. Finish. Start service. So the concept we are learning about VPN, we already saw the basic configuration of VPN, but at Active Directory, a bit of need a concept, so need a configuration there. So static routing, we have to enable static routing. So either you use IGMP or RIP version, and or you use line routing. So I'm just doing a static one. So network configuration, this is what the private network IP address is, and the public network is 192.168.1.1. So we have to manually enter the list. 0 the gateway, 1 same with the public network. This is NIC name. This is not public network we created. This is NIC, just to avoid confusion. We are doing we named it, so don't get confused. Okay, so we just created static routing. Now routing internet access, we just created our launch NPS, have grant access to both our role. The properties are there. You can specify VPN dial-up, and here also grant access, you can specify VPN dial-up. Okay, so we just all done. What we do here, we will have to give dial-in permission to our users, so allow access and give a static IP address, because 7 machine will use the public network to get the static IP address of the network. Since it's using a 192.168 network, so it need a static IP. So GP updates / force, updating the policy. User policy update has completed successfully. Now we have to create a network, connect to a workplace, user internet connection. I will set the internet connection later. Internet address, this time we will give the domain name. Last time we gave the IP address, this time we will give domain name. So next, give a username, password, and connect. Give a password, domain, here enter domain. So our domain is Tech Engineer TV. Connect. It's verifying username and password. So kind of a VPN port, let's create, and you can enter a domain name in the previous step also. In this step also you can give. So it took some time. Okay, it's done. It's connected finally. Okay, what we do here is MSTSC, give IP address, to that users and computers. We have to actually, it's all fine. Let's see whether we're able to connect with the user or not. VPN port is connected, so it's not a problem. If our user having authentication, that then is giving error. and the user having not having authentication seems. So properties, advanced, remote settings. Okay, we have to allow the user. It actually will do it. We can do this with a domain network also. Select that user, select it. Okay, apply. Okay, let's see whether this time we will GP update force. Let's run this. It's done. Vista machine, let allow this at Vista machine also. uh, Advanced, secure connection, add, give username and password. So it's to Vista client, as we are taking the scenario like. Okay, apply. Okay, Mr. SC, give the IP address, connect. Okay, okay, so we able to log on. uh, we able to access Windows Server 2008, but we are getting the error that we don't have a terminal service. Actually, it's another thing. It's another concept of Windows Server 2008, and we will look forward on terminal service in near future. I think we're not able to log in currently at Windows Server 2008 since we just created VPN. We need a terminal service. Actually, VPN at wide area network uses terminal protocol, lots of terminal protocols. It needs a security. Currently, we can't. Terminal service is a different thing. We will learn about it